or the risk reward seems evenly placed right now, but the trend might be in favor of the banks going down. I must say though, the heavyweights have started off marginally in the green. So you want to watch out for HDFC Bank in particular and see if there is some short covering today, because a lot of shorts in the system for HDFC Bank individually. But here come the first trades this Monday morning, penultimate day of the budget, 0.5% lower for the Nifty 50. Not surprising at all. The bank Nifty should come up on your screen and see if that one is reacting. 0.5% lower for that one too. Mid caps and small caps should be a crack. About 0.7% for the mid caps, small caps too should be lower. Yes, indeed. Get the heat map up on the screen, more red than green. Just about few names. HDFC Bank, surprise, or maybe not, is the top gainer. Likely that the street likes the fact that the NIM numbers seem a lot better than what was anticipated. And maybe, just maybe, the shorts in the system might help the stock stay afloat. ITC, Nestle, Infi, HUL, Britannia, clear bent towards the defensives. On the flip side, Wipro 7% lower, big newsmaker. Kotak, Reliance, JSW Steel lower, big newsmakers. And then the others follow. Everything from an auto to an IT name are all down. But yes, while Wipro is the big newsmaker, don't take your eyes off the big boy Reliance Industries. Gets a negative reaction to its results, with Macquarie calling it a material miss Q1, though Nomura cites it as a top idea, and Kotak Bank being 3% lower. A lot of red, very little green, Tamanna.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Wipro really getting the bashing. Ultratech there has climbed to the top of the charts on the back of its numbers, which on the face of it weren't that great, but then relatively perhaps looking better as the top gainer right now at about 1%. Let's look at specific stocks. We already know that the broader markets are starting out weak, and a lot of the play is about results and responding to results. So PVR, Inox, let's begin with what's happening there. Even as your red on the mid-cap 150 is deepening, your small-cap stocks also deepening. But let's look at PVR, Inox, poor numbers, 1% down. They have a positive brokerage note from UBS of all, really saying that it is a buy at these levels, but 1.5% down on a PVR this morning. Transformers and rectifiers numbers were good on the face of it, but below the guidance of the management itself. Down 5%, really hurting despite very good numbers. Dixon Tech was showing some signs of life in the pre-open session, now is completely in the red, about 1.5%, nearly 2% down. Oberoi Realty had a good set of Q1 numbers, and you're seeing at least some movement there, up about 4% in trade. Let's look at Rosari Biotech, also good numbers, and they're completely flat, actually 0.5% down. Very difficult to find, positive moves in that sense in the market today when the overall breadth and mood is negative. Let's look at Supreme Petrochem as well, since it's all about the numbers. Revenues were up 28% and PAT was below 76% up. Has not made a difference, 3% down. I mean, this is a tough crowd. This market today is a tough crowd and punishing companies more than anything else, as the mood has gotten quite negative ahead of the budget. I reckon, Samina, among all other things, even the reiteration time and again from regulators that they're worried about options trading is going to also have a bit of a dampening effect on market sentiment.
I think, Tamna, today is only earnings, budget jitters and weak global cues. So it's a perfect cocktail. If you were sitting short on this market on Friday, you'd actually be quite excited this morning. Just take you through all the earnings reaction. Union Bank, good earnings. Very quickly pull up the stock. Let's see what it's getting up to. In the broader market space, Union Bank still reacting negatively despite good earnings. Tejas Network reported numbers, so pull up that one. RPG Life, Indian Hotels. Tejas is down 7% on back of numbers that have disappointed the street. RPG Life has impressed the street. The stock is up 8% in trade. Indian Hotels trades the slight positive bias, trading in the green. Nippon Life, AMC and ICICI Lombard. If we can pull both those counters up, we'll get a sense of what's happening. Nippon is up 1.5%. ICICI Lombard trading with a marginal downtick. MTN is also seeing a big gain this morning, up 5%. Route Mobile, that should be a stock on the radar. They reported number, that's MTNL, off the day's high point, but still looking good with a 3.5% gain. Route Mobile down 5% as we see it. Credit Access Grameen reported earnings on the weekend. Markets reacting to that this morning, giving it a thumbs down. The stock sees a 5% downtake. Patanjali, if we can pull that one up, reported numbers. The numbers were interesting actually. They saw a big jump in profitability, but the stock is seeing a 2% downtake in trade. Well, JSW Energy, JK Cement, RBL Bank, Yes Bank are some of the other ones that you want to watch. JK Cement is trading flat. You've got RBL Bank, that's up 2%. Just Dial is trading with a 2% gain too. And you've got JK Cement, if I can pull that one up with the 2%, and Just Dial is up 2%. Anant Raj, if we can pull that stock up, we should have it over on the screen in a minute. There is a little bit of a news flow on that one. The subsidiary Anant Raj Cloud has entered into an MOU with Google LLC to collaborate on providing data center infrastructure. So on back of that, Anant Raj is seeing a 5% uptick. Pull up EMS if we can. They've managed to get an MOU as well on a pretty big order, but the stock is trading flat to slightly lower. Everything in the defense pack, from BDL to HAL to BEL to Cochin Shipyard, Mazgaon Docks are all seeing a negative opening this morning. Canfin Homes will be talking to us shortly post their earnings. The stock is seeing a 2.5 to 3% cut. Apart from that, Raymond is seeing some weakness. You've got T-Tiger, so contrary to pre-open trade, railway stocks are down and out. Raymond is seeing also another day of weakness. Tyre companies are looking weak. There's very little green on the screen. The few gainers include the likes of an MTNL, Tata MTNL, Oberoi Realty, Imami, Yes Bank, Just Dial, Dr. Lal, Path Labs post-earning, JK Cement. But the breadth is weak, and I think that's what's a little scary this morning. I think while the market is not going into the budget euphoric, I think it's going into the budget very, very cautious.